Bubble Trouble definitely took a direction I wasn't expecting. This is the first segment of the third episode of the second season of The New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, and in this episode, Tigger decides to make a bubble that won't burst, and unfortunately, Pooh Bear goes inside of it and he can't get out because the bubble won't burst. Meanwhile, as Rabbit is planning to prepare for a lecture on the lima bean, Gopher is looking for his missing hole. And Rabbit thinks that's ridiculous. Pooh Bear is preoccupied with trying to get out of the bubble, and suddenly Pooh Bear seems like he's a bit of a nuisance to everybody, and it's a little bit sad, but it actually took a direction I wasn't expecting. The narrative's very well developed, everything ties together so nicely, definitely a very impressive story. Gopher also wasn't that annoying, because usually I'm not a big fan of Gopher as a character. He always, well, I say always, I can't remember when I was very young, but for as long as I can remember, he's kind of annoyed me. Definitely not the case here. The only thing I think should have been different is that Tigger should have really taken more responsibility for what he did, getting Pooh Bear trapped in a bubble, and should have been more proactive at trying to find a resolution. But other than that, I thought it was a really fun story. In terms of any messages and things, well, it's not the most moral heavy. I guess one is don't make fun of other people for things that are important to them, because you never know when it might come back to bite you. And two, if you get somebody into a difficult situation or get them trapped in a bubble, make sure that your only priority is to get them out of the bubble, not attending lectures on lima beans. But it was a good episode. I did like it. It was a story that I hadn't expected to develop in the way that it did. And because of that, I thought it was pretty engaging.